Influence. Google defines the word influence as the capability to have an effect on the character or development of something or someone. What if I told you you have the power to influence? What if I told you you have the power to influence someone by your own story? I have 3 points to prove my point. My first point is the things you have been through, other people may have been through the same thing. The Bible tells us in 1 Peter 5:9 that resist him firm in your faith, knowing that the same kinds of suffering are being experienced by your brotherhood throughout the world. So things that we see every day, even on social media, or we're seeing on Twitter of everybody living the same lives. And we're like, whoa, I did the same thing when I was a kid. It's because we're living the same life. Maybe not the exact same way, but we are living similar lives. And we can relate to people. That's why our stories can relate to one another. And using your own story to be able to relate to somebody in a positive way can impact that person's life in a positive way. That leads me to my point number 2, which means everything happens for a reason. And I truly believe that because you go through one thing, that maybe it happens so you can talk to someone else about your own story and impact their life one way or another. The third thing is your accomplishments could be a key for somebody else to meet their goals. Things that you have been through, that you have accomplished, that you have broke through. People can look at that and say, dang, I can do that too. How can I do that? Tell me how I can do that. Share with me your story in order for me to know. And once that influence sparks, everything starts to fall into place. The domino effect starts to fall into place. You can influence one person's life. They can be influenced by you. And then it starts going on. They influence somebody else because they were influenced by that other person. And it moves on and on and on. And before we know it, faith is restored, hope is restored, humanity is restored, and the world starts going in a circular motion. Even if it was that easy, still, your life story can impact that one life, and nations can be changed. And I truly believe that with all of my heart. And I believe that some way, somehow, that my story is going to be able to go and go and go and go and go, and somebody's going to be impacted. We call that a testimony at church. I don't know what you rather call it or whatever, but that testimony is what ministers to people, and that's what we share to minister to people, to share the gospel of Jesus. And so I believe that some way, somehow, that's how your life story can change somebody else's.